There are so many different ways to set up video and to set up audio. There's different types of audio interfaces, different types of microphones, different types of cameras. So I think it's very important that you understand your use case. So let's talk about that first, because you may have purchased or about to purchase the wrong camera. Now, if you're considering using a PTZ camera, that means that you're thinking about placing this somewhere that it has to be operated remotely. You're not going to have someone standing right behind the camera doing all the adjustments, the zoom ins, the zoom outs, and the focusing. You're actually going to use a PTZ controller to do all the panning, tilting, and zooming. And with that in mind, these cameras are probably going to be placed and mounted high up on walls, somewhere that it's not reachable, and it's going to be out of the line of sight so someone doesn't just walk in front of the camera and disturb the shot. So with that in mind, you're probably not going to want to connect a microphone directly to this type of camera, because what would it look like for a microphone just to be hanging from the wall? And quite frankly, you probably won't get good audio anyway, because it'll be too far away from the source that you need to capture the audio. Now, I know you will say that these cameras have a line in port on the back of them, which they do, and you can connect an audio source. However, you still have to bring the video and the audio out of the camera into your live streaming platform. So when it comes to audio live streaming with PTZ cameras, I like to think of these as independent solutions. You want to focus on just video for your cameras and just audio for an audio mixer, similar to the one that I'm using right here. Now, my audio interface may look a little bit different from yours, because this is more of a podcast audio interface and it's limited in the amount of connections it can hold. But if you have a full choir, a band, musicians, and singers, you're going to need an interface that's a little bit larger. This interface that I have right here is a small Behringer interface, which is probably more relative to what you may have. So your setup is going to be different. If you have questions specifically, I'm going to encourage you to consult with someone, and I'm going to link not only my consultation page below, but also the friends of mine that also do the same type of work, so that you can get the right equipment before you start setting up everything. On my laptop, I have OBS open right now. So let's first focus on the video part of this setup. As you can see in OBS, under my sources tab, I already have my video capture device. And this is my Blackmagic A10 Mini that is connected directly to my computer using a USB cable. So obviously we can see the image is on screen right now. Now we need to bring in that all important audio. Now, if you have a very limited setup and you don't have an audio interface, and maybe you're just using one microphone, like a lapel microphone, you could connect that directly into your computer, because you're only focusing on one audio source. However, I don't think that's the case for many of you, which means you do need an audio interface and an audio mixer similar to the ones that I have here on the desk. Now let's set up the audio side for our live stream, and we need to start with the obvious, and that would be your microphone. Today I'm using the Heil PR37 microphones. Now I want to give thanks to Heil for sending over a whole bunch of microphones that I'm going to be testing out on my Amazon live channel. This microphone is physically connected with an XLR cable directly to my Rodecaster Pro. Now we need to connect our audio interface to our computer, which has our live streaming software. We're going to use the left and right output channels. So I have my cables connected into the left and the right, and it's connected with a 3.5 millimeter cable going directly connected to my laptop. So we have one USB connection coming in from our ATEM video switcher, and one 3.5 millimeter connection coming in from our Rodecaster Pro audio interface. Now, another way and a more preferred way to connect your audio interface using a Blackmagic A10 video switcher is to connect the outputs of your audio interface directly into the mic 1 or mic 2 of your Blackmagic video switcher. And the reason that you would want to do this is because your audio and your video would be in sync. Now, if for some reason it's not in sync, you can use the Blackmagic software to slightly change the frames and get the audio and video in sync. It's a lot easier to do troubleshooting by using that type of connection. Now, if this has been helpful so far, make sure you like the video and subscribe subscribe if this is your very first time here so that you can see more tutorial videos just like this one. Now, the final step of the whole thing is to make sure that we have everything set up in our live stream software. So let's jump into the computer inside of OBS. Now that we're back inside of our OBS software, we need to verify our audio coming into the computer. We already have our sources selected for our video capture, which is our Blackmagic A10 Mini. Now for the mic aux section, we're going to select the gear icon because currently we have no audio coming in. We're going to select properties, and then we're going to use the drop down menu. Now I have my outputs of my Rodecaster Pro 2 connected to my Blackmagic video switcher. So I'm going to select microphone, Blackmagic design, and select OK. Once I do that, we see that I now have audio coming into my live stream production. We also have video coming in because I already have cameras connected to my video. So that's how you connect your audio and PTZ cameras for your live streaming production. Make sure that you check out the other videos here on the channel where I install PTZ cameras. We talk about the controllers and networking them as well. And if you have questions, make sure you leave those in the comment section. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.